Hi, teachers. This is a quick tutorial on some stuff I did in Gradebook, and these are not all my ideas. I got some of these from other people. Nick actually showed me this first one. Um, so, when you get in your Gradebook and you got all your grades here, and you got all your students, listed here, which I'm not showing, but like you want to see their grade, right? And their grade is like way, 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 whoops, way on the other end here. And you're like, I want that on the other side. Well, guess what? You got these three little dots, which you can set, and you can say move to front. And you click on that, and now their grades just show up next to their name. That's kind of cool. All right. The other thing that I found was that you know, sometimes you've got your assignments. I wanna show them in like by due date. Typically, that's the default, so that like the newest assignment that I've made is like the first one that shows up. Um, and right now they're kind of out of order. I'm not quite sure how they're getting them in order. It might be like alphabetical ish, and I don't want that, right? I want like these if I'm giving them extra credit in technical or extra credit in somewhere. I just want to throw those at the other end of the scale. And so I've taken this assignment and I've actually made it be like do the first day of school and open till the second day of school. So it's just like boop, boop, it's just there, right? And it's not something that students can turn in assignments to. They can only they can only uh, I can put points in here, but they're not getting any points. They're not turning anything in, right? This is just extra credit points, and I start them out with 50 extra credit points, whatever you want to start the default out with. And then later, if they're doing other things and they're like, oh, yep, that's 10 points extra credit or 2 points extra credit or whatever, then I can come into this assignment and I can just add two more points to it. So now instead of 50 points, now they get 52 or 57 or whatever. And so over time, this just you know uh, is points that they just get as extra credit. But I want this whole assignment to like just disappear off my grade book and like hide away. And I could potentially hide it, but then I'd have to go find it every time I wanted to edit it. So really, I want it to be on the very end of my grade book, right? Um, and so what I do is I go to I click on my grade book, right? So here in my navigation, I would click on on grade book and on grades. Where did grades go? That's weird. All right, I click on grade books. Grades, grades. Click on grades. When I click on grades, then their grade book will show up. And I just got this shifted over so you can't see the students. And so, for example, I want this one and this one to go to the very, very end, right? The end of my grade book. And because they were due the first day of school and available until the second day of school, they're the very newest, absolute newest assignment that there is in the gradebook, right? So they're basically the oldest assignment that's in the gradebook. So how you do this is you go over here to your little gearbox, and you can click on view options, and now you can change the default order, right? And you can make it be due date newest to oldest. I think that's what I want. And if I click on that, I can apply those settings, and now those assignments, those extra credit assignments that I've got here, or not that. That's not it. Right here. the extra credit, technical extra credit points, and stuff, those all show up at the very, very, very end of my grade book. Anyway, that's this is one thing I wanted to show you. And then the other thing I wanted to show you was, like, let's say you've got an assignment here and you want to like pre-populate it with all of the with the points that you want to like give them. So I have another assignment which is kind of an adjust, and I use this to potentially adjust a student's score before a grading period. Why? Why would I do this? Why is that this arbitrary thing? Well, I never use this to punish. I always use this to reward. They're not actually extra credit points. What they are is points to adjust their grade for a grading period, because I know that they are working on trying to recover and correct their grades, right? So I don't give students points here if they're just like blowing off and not doing anything. But if they're like, like they're at, a D and a D plus, and, what do I do? Do I justify just giving them some points? Well, what I do is I negotiate with them and I say, look, I'm going to give you these points. It's going to change your grade from a, D plus to a C minus. And so you're going to have a better grade for this grading period, or from a C, C plus to an A, to a B minus. And you're going to have a better grade for this grading period, but you owe me these points. And so over the next grading period, I'm going to actually take these points away, because you are going to actually do some of the late assignments that you have. And so that's what I do, is I give them an incentive to say, look, I don't want you to give up. I want you to work hard, but I'm not going to tank your grade this grading period. And I'm going to give you some points to tweak your grade, but you have to agree with me and negotiate with me and say, yes, you will actually work on those, on your late assignments, and turn those late assignments in, so that basically you get the points back on your own that I gave you for this grading period, because I'm going to take those points away and it's going to readjust your grade. And if you don't do the assignments, then you're just going back to that poorer grade that you had before. And so that's what I do here. So for example, let's say I want to just like that this is an adjust grade. I'm just adjust these points for them. I can come in to this assignment. Okay, how did I do that? No, you go to the assignment. Okay, you go to the assignment and you click on the three dots that are there, and you can set the default grade. And so that way you can set a default grade for just all the things. You don't have to click through each student, add the grade, and all that kind of stuff. You can set the default grade. And here, this assignment is like worth one. I'm just putting 1 point in there, and I'm going to give them 2 points. So yes, I'm giving them 2 points. I'm giving them a point extra credit, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And that way, when I look at this grade, if it's got 2 points in it, it means, okay, I haven't given them points, but I haven't taken any points away. And so bam, I'm going to do this. I'm going to overwrite anything that's in there, because this is the first time, and I just want to pre-populate this with that grade. So technically, I just gave them 1 extra credit point, but like, who cares, right? And that's how you pre-populate an assignment. This works for things like where you say, hey, I'm going to give you these points this week, but if you don't do your jobs, or you don't participate in class, or whatever, then I'm going to take them away. So this is another way where you say, hey, I'm going to give you these points, and if you do your work, you keep the points. And if you don't participate in labs, or you don't participate in group activities, or you don't participate in, classroom jobs or responsibilities, then I will take certain points away during the day for that particular day, right? And so, anyway, hope this helps. I know this was maybe a long-winded one, but enjoy. Bye.